Though I was going to give you a review of this a few months ago to celebrate its fifth anniversary and to promote its new sequel that is now out on physical media and streaming on Max, well, I just didn't get to it. But now I'm gonna make up for lost time and give this review to you. Film about probably the biggest monster shark you could ever imagine seeing. The Meg. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2018 sci fi action flick The Meg, released by Warner Bros., directed by John Turteltaub, from a screenplay by Dan Jorgeres, John Hober, and Eric Hober. Loosely based on the 1997 novel Meg, a novel of deep terror by Steve Alten. The film stars Jason Statham along with Lee Bingbing, Rainn Wilson, Ruby Rose, Winston Chow, and Cliff Curtis. It focuses on a group of scientists who encounter a 75-foot long, that's 23-meter megalodon shark while on a rescue mission on the floor of the Pacific Ocean. This film was a big hit despite its mixed reviews and what have you. Now, Disney actually originally purchased the film rights to the novel in the 90s, but it spent years in development hell, and the rights eventually landed at Warner Bros., and the film was greenlit just 5 years prior. Well, let's get into our story. Jonas Taylor is a rescue diver who attempts to save the crew of a damaged nuclear submarine when he sees the hull being rammed by an unidentified creature. Two of his crew are trapped in the damaged sub, but Jonas is forced to flee, realizing that attempting rescue would result in the deaths of everyone he has already saved. Jonas' account of the story is dismissed by fellow survivor Dr. Heller, who denounces his actions as a result of pressure induced psychosis. 5 years later, billionaire Jack Morris meets Dr. Minwei Zhang at the underwater research facility Mana 1. Zhang and his oceanographer daughter, Suyin, supervise a mission to explore what turns out to be a deeper section of the Mariana Trench, previously concealed by a thermocline excuse me, of hydrogen sulfide. The mission's submersible is piloted by Japanese scientist Toshi, an American scientist referred to as the Wall, and Jonas' ex-wife Lori. They discover an abundance of never-before-seen flora and fauna below the thermocline, but an attack by a large unidentified creature causes the submersible to lose contact with Mana 1. Jonas' old friend and Mana 1 operations manager James McCready, or Mac, suggests sending Jonas down to attempt a rescue. Despite the objections of Heller, now a member of the Mana 1 crew, Zhang and Mac venture to Thailand to recruit Jonas, who is now a drunken loner. Jonas is initially skeptical, but relents after listening to a taped recording containing the dialogue between Lori, her crew, and Mana 1. Suyin attempts to the rescue in their absence, but is attacked by a giant squid. Before the squid can crush her submersible, it is killed by an enormous shark. Having agreed to help, Jonas breaches the thermocline and reaches the sunken submersible. When the shark returns and attacks the submersible before the evacuation has been completed, Toshi sacrifices himself to help the others escape. Returning to Mana 1, the crew discovers the shark is a megalodon, or Meg, a prehistoric species of shark previously believed to be extinct. While discussing how to address it, Suyin's daughter Mei encounters and narrowly avoids an attack from the shark outside Mana 1's underwater tunnels. The crew realizes that the Meg pursued them through a temporary break they caused in the thermocline and resolves to go out and track the Meg before killing it with poison. After the Meg destroys three nearby shark fin fishing ships, Jonas enters the water to shoot the Meg with a tracker, and then the team puts Suyin in a shark-proof tank so she can shoot the Meg with poison. However, the mission goes awry when the shark attacks the cage and cracks Suyin's mask, causing her to lose oxygen. She manages to poison the shark just as Jonas manages to get her out of the cage. The Meg returns and attacks Jonas and Suyin, but it gets snagged and the cage's line on the cage's line and dies from the poison. But in their moment of triumph, a second larger Meg, revealed to be the individual that attacked the group earlier back at the trench, emerges, devouring the wall and the dead Meg. Critically wounding Zhang and destroying the cruise ship, Heller sacrifices himself by distracting the Meg to save fellow crew member Jax. Max swims out to a floating lifeboat so that he and the crew can regroup at Mount 1, though Zhang dies on the way. The shark gives chase, but is deterred by a helicopter Morris called in. Now I'm going to give you the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Back at the station, Morris claims that he has informed all the neighboring governments about the Meg and that they have sent 2 destroyers to torpedo the shark while secretly enlisting a mercenary team to kill the shark with depth charges. But they accidentally kill a whale. Realizing the Meg is near, the team speeds away, but Morse falls overboard and is in. The team soon learns of Morse's death. I mean, deceit, excuse me, I'm getting too far ahead of myself, and resolves to kill the Meg themselves. The Meg attacks a crowded beach in Sanya Bay in China and devours several beachgoers before the Man One crew uses a whale call to divert its attention toward them. Jonas and Suyin board submersibles and work together to kill the Meg, but Suyin is forced to break off to save the others when a helicopter crashing into their ship forces them into the water. John takes on the Meg alone, and despite his submarine taking damage, he wounds the beast with his damaged submersible and stabs it in the eye, spilling its blood and attracting a shiver of modern sharks that devour the dying Meg. Jonas reunites with the rest of the Man 1 crew on a passing whaling boat and considers taking a vacation with Su Yin and Mei Ying. Meanwhile, in the water, a passing Meg is heard, suggesting that more than 2 escaped the trench. End of story. So, what did I think of the Meg? Well, though I've only seen it a couple of times, I am going to say it's a pretty good film and what have you. I mean, the first good type of a shark flick to come, even though despite what's some of the cheesy ones that came on sci-fi, you know, the Sharknado films. But since Deep Blue Sea, this is probably one of the biggest shark flicks I've seen. I wouldn't quite compare as much to Jaws in ways, but hey, it was still pretty good. The film did well, going on to make 530 million worldwide against its production budget between 130 to 178 million. It did fine in the US, making 100 in Canada with 145 million, but it did better overseas, making 384 million. So anyway, its reviews have been mixed. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 46%, saying that the film sets audiences up for a good old fashioned B movie creature feature, but lacks the genre thrills or the cheesy bite to make it worth diving in. Variety called it neither good enough nor bad enough and said that the film is a rote sci-fi horror adventure film that features a shark the size of a blue whale, comes on like it wants to be the mother of all deep sea attack movies, but it's really just the mother of all generically pandering, totally unsurprising Jaws ripoffs. Forbes magazine called it a polished B movie that delivers the goods. IGN praised the performances of the cast, particularly of Jason Statham. And the Hollywood Reporter said the film was refreshingly unpretentious and a breath of fresh air compared with the Sharknado series. It also got nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award in Worst Prequel, Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel. Calling out ripoff of Jaws. But I do believe it lost at that award. I don't stay up with those. Nevertheless, I thought the film's story wasn't too bad. Now, as for our cast, we have Jason Statham playing Jonas Taylor. He was really good. Lee Bingbing played Su Yin. She was good. Rainn Wilson, who you may know best from the American version of The Office and several other movies, played Morris. I will say he was good. Cliff Curtis played Mac. Not bad. Winston Chow played Zhang. And Sophia Kai played Mei Ying. I'm going to say she was good. Let's see. We also have Ruby Rose, who the following year would be the original TV's Batwoman as Jax. Paige Kennedy played the engineer DJ. Robert Taylor played Heller. Olafur Dari Olafsson played The Wall. Jessica McNamee played Lori. And Masi Oka, who I think you may remember of TV's Heroes fame, played Toshi. So they were they were good too. Anyway, now I also like the score from Harry Gregson Williams, which was pretty good. And well, now it's and as for songs we hear, they're kind of fine and what have you, except for maybe this version of Mickey. You know that particular little number from the '80s. I can't remember the name of the group that does this. Oh dear, it's hard to figure that out. To be honest and what have you. But I could be wrong and what have you. Yeah. So I can't remember. I know this man actually did do a song for the next film. This film was still a success, and more recently, Warner Bros. Released a sequel to it called Meg to the Trench, which I will be doing a spoiler-free review of in the next video. So stay tuned for that. But with everything I've said, the Meg isn't too bad. It's got a pretty good story. It's got a good cast, and the performances are pretty good. The soundtrack isn't too bad. So overall, The Meg is a fine movie. But would I recommend it? I would say go ahead. Sure. Or maybe if you're maybe a hardcore fan of Jason Statham, then this would be for you as well. So anyway, the Meg is pretty good. So what did you think of the Meg? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned. Next time will be a spoiler-free review of Meg to the Trench. So I do hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, check out my reviews for these other Jason Statham films I did not so long ago. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of The Transporter. The upper right-hand corner is my review of The Expendables. Or if you would like maybe another type of shark flick, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of a real guilty pleasure, mine Deep Blue Sea, which was also released by Warner Bros. In 1999. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.